Hey there, my name is Doster, and today I'd like to talk about information processing. Now, this is especially important because today, as you've heard and as you know, we live in an information-saturated environment with so much information all on our screens and at the click of a button. Now, this is something to understand. This is something to work with because essentially all that decides your way of thinking and the quality of your emotional spectrum and the quality of your awareness comes down to information processing. Like, how do you process the information? How do you process what it is that's coming into your mind? Now, generally speaking, the broad approach of information is that it's there to stimulate you. Right? You listen to the things that you like, you listen to the things that you find interesting, you listen to the things that are there to sort of trigger something pleasurable within you. Now, of course, this leads to this race to the bottom, as the phrase goes, race to the bottom thing of attention deficit, right? Everyone who's spouting out information is trying to be more and more appealing to deeper and more base feelings and parts within your psychology, and more entertaining and all the rest of it. So what you need, this is the real thing that's going to work for you if you want to take the next step into something more important or more sort of like, how the hell do I say this? This is just like, you're listening to crap. You're just listening to saturated. It's like drinking cordial, right? It's just, it's tasteless. And I don't know if it's really worth trying to compete with it. I don't know if it's really worth like I don't know if there is even any way to convey. Right? There's no way to convince someone that they need a better way of thinking. And that's really different to like the marketing world and the information world, which is like, you need to buy this product. You need to know this news story. You need to spend time on this platform. That's essentially all information comes down to, right? Now, at a real, like, if I get to what I really want to say about this, then it goes like this. When you're reading a book, information is going in and you're assimilating it into your understanding. You're integrating it. And some things are more powerful, some things are less powerful, some things are easier or harder to digest. But essentially, there's a process of information processing, right? It is a process that you have. And that's different to stimulation. That's different to just saturated information that you have on the internet. So a book is qualitatively different information processing to just internet consumption. But what happens is, if you process enough information, if you go through this process, something will come up where the system sort of breaks. Your process, the way that you process, comes up against this thing where it just doesn't work. And at that point, this critical juncture, this fork in the roads, your way in which you process goes through a revolution. It turns into something else. In fact, the way in which you process transforms. The actual thing by which you are doing the processing with transforms. And that's a critical step on this journey. That's a critical step in this unfolding of life. Now, information processing, how it normally is the opposite of that. It makes you less and less able to come to the real juice, to come to insight, to have the open-mindedness, to have the sensitivity, to have the ability to not be shunted in your short-term attention span, or even in your attention span at all, in your sense of memory, your sense of integration, right? Because when you're consuming saturated information, it's conditioning you. It's actually changing your process, your information processing for the worse, right? And that's one of the ways in which it keeps you addicted. So if you've been able to listen to this, right? So far this video is like 6 minutes in. So if you've listened to this and you've understood what I've said, you're already in a totally different category of understanding of the majority of the people that use the internet. And if that's the case, I need to tell you it's a beautiful thing, it's a precious thing, and you need to nurture it. You need to go on with it. Now, my invitation for you is to go ahead and enroll in my online course on developmental psychology. So this is a course that gives you information that unfolds in such a way that it allows you to have your own realizations. It allows you to look at exactly how information processing is occurring within you, and for you to develop it yourself, to understand it for yourself, to transcend it, to get into something more juicy, something more meaningful. Right? So this course on developmental psychology is rich with information. We go through the Enneagram, we go through spiral dynamics, we go through the 10 oxen pictures of Zen, and there are many examples that we talk about. There are questionnaires, and the course has over a 4.94 star rating out of 5 at the time of this recording, so it's very, very highly rated. And I've got over 12,000 students on Udemy, and it's all video content, so you can just watch it at your own pace without the distractions of advertising, of toxic information and toxic information saturating. And there's a little bit of information saturating on Udemy, because when you go there, they'll be suggesting courses to you. So there's a little bit of that, but at least Udemy is more educational. And this course, Developmental Psychology, is designed specifically for your information processing as an awareness within you. How you process information is precious to you. It determines the quality of your mind. It determines the quality of your understanding. It determines the reactions that you have to the information that you receive. So how you process information is absolutely critical. And this course is designed to nurture that, to empower you to bring it to something that is your understanding, to bring it to something that is true for you. So follow the link in the description of this video. You can watch the preview videos and enroll in the course. That's on developmental psychology. So when you're ready, click the link in the description of this video, and I look forward to seeing you there.